Do you do that when you go to parties? Are you more of the listener than the talker?
So I definitely have had to learn this over a lot of time. I'm very impatient, so I tend to interrupt people even though I don't need to. So now I pause. I also read some great books that say, be someone who listens, not just wait for your turn to talk. Because a lot of us do that. It's a habit to be like, oh, I've thought of something and I'm just going to keep remembering that so that I don't forget it. And then you end up missing what someone says. It's okay to forget what you were going to say because it's more valuable to have heard what the other person was saying. And I think it's just a matter of, it just took a lot of time. I've also read so often that you never learn anything from being the one who talks. You only learn from listening. And the best leaders are the ones who say the least. These are all things I'm saying now. By no stretch of the imagination have I done this always and even to this date. But I think it makes a big difference. I do definitely make an effort to get to know people and ask them questions because you may not have noticed this, but most people will ask you a question that they want to answer themselves. So they'll say, hey, what did you learn in the lockdown? Because they want to tell you what they learned, and not in an obnoxious way, but that's something that they're proud of. And how else will they get that conversation started? So whenever someone asks that question, I say, what did you first? Like, why don't you tell me first? And very often one thing I've learned, when people are on a panel or they're interviewing, or even like in this case where we're talking to each other, you'll ask me all these interesting questions, but I'd love to know your answers to them too. Like for instance, what are the things that you do to make your podcast interesting? Like, how do you decide what you're going to ask your guests? Then I'll learn something too. And now you have to answer the question.
Subscribe for more of this good stuff. See y'all in the next one.